I'm Dr. Lindsay Doe, this is Sexplanations, and these are 10 sexual things I want you to know about urination. 1. Urine exits the body through a hole called the meatus, not the vagina. It goes from the kidneys up here, down the 2 ureters, then to the bladder, to the urethra, and out a small opening called the meatus. For the most part, the meatus is just above the vaginal opening in vulvas and at the tip of the glands and penises. But in 1 of 200 males and 1 in 500,000 females, it's in another location, the shaft, scrotum, or vagina. This is a condition called hypospadiasis, and it can have adverse effects on sex and reproduction. More info in the description. Number 2, peeing can't prevent pregnancy. I used to teach sex ed classes at a home for teen moms. One of the moms was 16, a mother of 2 little kiddos, and after I explained that urine comes out of the meatus, not the vagina, she spoke up, distraught. My boyfriend told me I wouldn't get pregnant if I peed after sex. There she was, wishing someone would have told her the truth about her body before she had had sex, or at least after the first unplanned pregnancy so she could have prevented the second. 3. Peeing can't prevent pregnancy, but it may reduce the risk of some infections. Viruses and bacteria can of course make their way past mucous membranes before or even after you pee, but it's still worth fleshing out what you can. If the meatus of the vulva or the meatus of a penis come in contact with fecal bacteria from a nearby anus, there's a risk of getting a urinary tract infection, or a UTI. To protect your pee hole, wash between anal and vaginal sex, speak up when you think there's fecal bacteria on the move, wipe front to back, and take precautions like using condoms and peeing after sex. But Lindsay, it's difficult to pee right after sex. Yeah, part of that is that during orgasm, the body releases vasopressin, a hormone meant to stop you from peeing. Your body is trying to conserve water, and vasopressin does this in 2 ways. 1, by constricting the blood vessels so urine stays in the body, and 2, by helping the kidneys reabsorb the water in the urine. Give yourself time to relax, then try again. 5, Kegels help you urinate when you want to and not urinate when you don't want to. Have you ever heard of incontinence, when a person leaks a little pee or completely wets themselves? Kegels are an exercise technique that uses pubococcygeus muscles to tighten the pelvic floor and make it so peeing is on your terms. They're also great for genital strengthening if you're into stronger orgasms. Number 6, why peeing burns. Dysuria or painful peeing could be caused by any of the following. Obstructive uropathy, something blocking the flow out like an enlarged prostate, so one solution is prostate massage. Kidney stones, a solid mass or masses that are difficult or impossible to pass. Urinary tract infections that can become bladder infections and kidney infections, so be cautious during anal play. Urethral stricture, basically a narrow urethra from inflammation or scarring, so people who have penile implants are at risk here. Urethritis, prostatitis, vaginitis, epididymitis, and pyelonephritis, other kinds of inflammation. Cancer and sexually transmitted infections like chlamydia and gonorrhea. Please use condoms. 7, it is safe to pee with fill in the blank. At a recent celebration, NerdCon Nerdviteria, there were unisex bathrooms for all attendees to use. I had to go to the bathroom, so I walked in. To the right were people peeing over in urinals, to the left were stalls with doors. I found my toilet, dropped trow, peed, flushed, buttoned up, and washed my hands side by side with all genders. No one raped me. I didn't rape anyone, we just peed. The idea that gender-neutral bathrooms are a hotbed of sexual violence is destructive in at least 2 ways. It gives a false sense of safety to single-sex bathrooms, and it villainizes other sexes and genders for nothing other than the human need to urinate. Number 8, pre-cum or pre-ejaculate is a clear droplet of fluid produced by the Cowper's gland to neutralize any urine left in the urethra so it's safer for sperm. It also works as a lubricant and may help congeal semen. If it's not produced, that's okay. If you're worried about it, talk to your urologist. What's most important is that you understand pre-cum can pick up stranded sperm on its way out that could lead to pregnancy. So another reason to pee after sex is that these sperm are rinsed out before your next sexual encounter. 9, squirting is different than peeing. Remember, urine comes from the bladder and out the meatus. Squirting, gushing, female ejaculation, etc., comes out the periurethral glands below the meatus. Urine is made mostly of water with some salts, proteins, hormones, and metabolites. Semen, if you will, is similar, but has higher levels of prostatic acid, phosphatase, prostate-specific androgen, and glucose. 10, there's erotic peeing. Arousal from the smell, taste, sight, or sound of urine, being urinated on, or urinating on someone else goes by any and all of these names. Urolangia, urophilia, golden showers, water sports, and undinism. Pussing is erotic peeing in front of your partner in a public space. Omarashi is arousal from someone with a full bladder wetting themselves. And solirophilia is arousal from getting someone wet and messy, in this case with pee. When it comes to peeing, the goal is to urinate clear and copious urine 6 to 8 times a day, 1.5 to 2 liters total. If you achieve this, remember what I taught you and stay curious, things should be just fine. Our supporters on Patreon made this episode possible. Awesome, sex-positive, super curious fans with big hearts. If you don't have the resources to help our cause, no big deal. Sexplanations will always be free to you. If you do have some funds and think to yourself, I'd really like to help more people know about more sexual health, then please consider joining us at patreon.com/sexplanations. Up, here we go! Epididymitis. I'm totally aroused by water, I get that. Okay, I'll do it again.